Hey guys, how's it going? It's Marvin D'Souza here. We're going to talk today about automatic attack disruption. This is a new feature from Microsoft, and what it really does is allows the Windows Defender, uh, Microsoft Defender for Identity, to react to a human-operated attack in your environment. So imagine a scenario where a user account is compromised, and now the user is trying to create a golden ticket on your domain controller or just laterally moving across your network trying to gather enough information. What you want is your system to react automatically and stop this attack. And so in this lab today, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to simulate an attack and see how Microsoft Defender does to protect it in real time, right? So it'll collect a lot of alerts, it'll collect a lot of data for you. And so the goal here is to show how having Microsoft Defender installed in your systems can protect you, especially when you're not around. So let's get started. So first, we're going to go ahead and create a account. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like this user here gets access to an environment. So we're going to call this user Mark. Okay, and let's change that here. So create this user Mark. Okay, I'll give him a very simple password. Mark and that's his password, ASDF1234. Let's do the same thing again and add him to the domain admins group. So again, like this is like looking at it from a hacker's dream, right? They create a user, they add that user to the domain admin group. So now this user has domain admin privileges to your local network. So to look at that further, let's log into a machine. All right, so let's do remote desktop. And I'm going to log into a machine. I'm going to log into a machine that's 210. This is a machine that is, let me get more choices here. Here's a different one. Here's Mark, the one we just created, password ASDF 234. And now we're logging into a desktop. All right, so we've logged into the desktop. It's going to take a while to log in, but while this is logging in, now let's go to a Kali machine. This is used primarily when you want to do some insider red teaming attacks in your environment. So the goal now is to start hammering on this machine and other machines in the network so we can see what happens, right? So the goal here again is to simulate your environment getting compromised by an attacker, right? So let me just, okay, let's start. The tool I'm going to be using is Impacket. Okay, Impacket is a tool that's available for free in GitHub. You can download it. They have README instructions on there. So there are multiple different tools within the Impacket tool, and so I'll show you those. So let's go with Mark, okay, and hit enter. And basically what it's going to do is going to try to attach to that machine. Let's run some simultaneous attacks so we can just, what my goal is really to like completely just go crazy on, I want Defender to say like, hey, something bad is really happening here. So we just want to keep hammering on the machine. Let's go with that. Start a PS exec, SDF, and okay. Oh, wrong user. Sorry. This was from a previous test I was doing. I was wondering why I got. But as you can see here in that previous test, the user was contained, and so all SMB sessions were stopped. So here, this is the new user we just created, Mark, SDF 4. So it's going to upload a bunch of data, found writable share, admin drive. You'll see this across networks, right? As you work with different people, so here, let's start that again. Goes to 119. And the goal here is just to keep hammering on this network and see what happens here. this is a Windows desktop, so probably won't work there, but let's just try it. Let's try again. 163. Again, I'm just trying to create a lot of noise on the network to see what happens and see how fast Defender reacts to this situation. And you know, if you're running this yourself in your own environment, you really don't have to do this. You can be a little more patient, but I just wanted to see what happened if I just kept hammering it really fast. Okay. So I'm getting all those warning signs of something running in my environment here. So this is our system 119. You'll see all the threats have been found. So now it has to start communicating with the Defender on Defender in the cloud. So it'll start communicating with the cloud, and then AI and all these other tools will kick in. So let's see what happens in a few seconds. So I try this again here, and you're seeing here that it says SMB session error, status account disabled. So for new user mark. Okay, so let's go back into here. Let's go into incidents. And sometimes this takes a few seconds for this to update, but let's just see. So sometimes the dashboard is not updated yet, but let's take a look at it. Look at the incidents and look at the devices. So those are the devices we were hammering on there. Let's look at the alerts. And so here, it's telling you like an active remote malware exec was blocked, and it's showing you everything that was blocked, everything that was happening in real time. Really cool data, really cool information for you if you want to do forensics, but also enough remediation steps here, right? So it's telling you like, hey, like this is what happened, this is what we did to remediate it. If you go into actions and submissions, you go to the action center, you're going to see all the different investigations that were run or that were running, and so you'll see it here on member server what it had to do. So those files we were uploading or trying to upload were basically blocked here, the file name and everything that it was blocking. So there, let's go back in here. Let's look at incidents. Look at the different assets here. Devices. I know that the user is blocked. I'm just trying to see if we can find more data about it. Let me come in here. So let's go check. What I want to see is the different users. So let's click on this. Let's click on assets. Let's click on users. I've been running these tests in my environment now and in my lab, and just seeing different users and seeing how long it takes. And so the user here we see is already contained. Let's click on Mark and see what's going on with Mark. And so what we want to see is the user, you know, his account has been disabled, even though it's not just an account locally, and he's been contained, his account has been disabled. So if we try to access another system using Mark's credential, we should be blocked. So let's try it with this server here. Okay, let's try it again. Mark, and I'm getting here this error message: your account is currently disabled and cannot be used for assistance. Contact your system administrator. Again, what's nice about this is you don't have to write any tools. And any other sessions you have open, I'll pull this over. Any other sessions that you have open with that machine will start, all the Kerberos tickets will start getting deleted, and that user will have no chance of getting access to anything. The main thing is here, you didn't have to write a lot of heavy policy, you don't have to do anything crazy. The one thing you have to configure is you got to come in here, go to settings, go to endpoints, and then under device groups here, you'll add a device group and you will choose auto disruptions, right? So you choose how you want to fully, either you want to fully remediate or partially remediate. And this is my lab environment, so I went to fully remediate. What's nice about this, again, and you don't need any more tools, right? So this tool That's pretty much it. It does the remediation for you. But if you wanted to look at something even cooler, right? So if you integrate your Defender products with Sentinel now, so what you'll see is it'll pull in all those incidents into Sentinel, right? And then you'll see this multi-stage incident event here, right? So you'll see, and it'll show you all the MITRE attack tactics that were used in this incident, right? And then I will click on view full details. 1 second, I can't. Let me just minimize this. I can get to it. View full details. All right, and then here, when you click investigate, it'll show you everything that it pulled in from the alerts, right, in Defender for Endpoint. So it'll show you the status that it was closed. It'll show you everything. What's nice again about this is it's pulling in data from multiple different alerts, right? That's what Sentinel does really well. It pulls in data from multiple sources, ties it all together, gives you insights, and gives you like all the entities that were involved in it, right? So you can go and say, Mark, how many times, Matt, what did Matt do, different users in your environment, and and you can actually look at the different machines that were attacked, which different attackers, what groups did they belong to, things like that. So you can click on that. So you get a lot of detail here about what happened in your environment. Great for forensics. I hope you guys find this cool. There are two parts to this. There's a contain a user and a contain a or disable a user. And contain a user really is to block lateral movement. And the difference between disable and contain a user is contain a user will allow the user to still work. It'll just stop allowing it to do remote call procedures, SMB connections, things like that. But the actual remote disable user will completely just kill all the Turbos tickets and stop it dead in its tracks. Hope you guys found this useful, and thanks for watching.